This episode of Other People's Airplanes, we go inverted in a twin beach. Welcome to Other People's Airplanes, a show where we bring you into the cockpit and along for the ride whenever we do awesome aviation-related stuff. I'm your host, David Allen. Now today, we're going to be speaking with Matt Younkin of Younkin Air Shows, and Matt flies a little bit of an unconventional airplane for an aerobatic act and does some pretty magical things with it. So without further ado, Matt Younkin with Younkin Air Shows. So now I'm joined by the one and only Matt Younkin of Younkin Air Shows, who flies the amazingly beautiful Beech 18 and just does some magical stuff with it in the air. Matt, thanks for joining us here on Other People's Airplanes.
Oh, yes, sir. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Tell us a little bit about your show. What can people see? Should people expect when they see a Younkin empowered Beech 18 in the sky?
Well, we do a lot of things with it that you don't see other twin Beeches doing. It's a transport category airplane that was never designed for aerobatics, but that's exactly what we're doing with it. We have a full routine that starts with a roll-on takeoff. We've got a loop, Cuban 8s, point rolls, all kinds of good stuff. And like I said, it doesn't look like it ought to be doing that, but as long as we don't tell it, everything seems to work out okay.
So, Beech 18, transport category aircraft, what possessed you to decide to fly aerobatics in this airplane, number one, and then to do it low to the ground so that an audience can see you do it?
Well, I can't take any credit for that, to be honest. My dad did this for 15 years before I got started doing it. Now, the story of him getting started is a little bit funny. He used to fly night air mail and on-demand freight and charter operations in a Beech 18. He had almost 15,000 hours of twin Beech time when he passed away. He said that, when you would be up for 3 days in a row on no sleep, you get delirious and you'd come up with these crazy ideas, that you would sleep off the next morning and wake up like, what the heck was I thinking? Well, one of those crazy ideas was doing an air show routine in a twin Beech. And he said he tried to sleep that idea off many, many times and it never worked.
Well, I tell you, the air show works great. I mean, the thing's got huge amounts of smoke oil just billowing out of the back, and the sound of those big radial engines. It's just a great show to watch. What does the audience think?
Well, we get a lot of reaction. There's it's a detriment to the food vendors and the lines at the porta potties when we start flying. Everybody turns around and walks the other direction. Like I said, it's a big airplane. It puts out lots of smoke and noise, and it doesn't look like it ought to be doing that. So people seem to like it, I think.
Well, I don't think it ought to be doing that at all, but I'm certainly glad it is because it just makes for a fantastic show. What does it take to prepare for a show like yours in the Beech 18, and what have you done to change it over the years to make it, to kind of keep it up to date?
Well, it's still a 1943 stock twin Beech. We have lightened it up as best we could to, for the aerobatics, but it has the same spar strap on it that all the other twin Beeches have. We've got some modern radios in the instrument panel, but all the round clocks and dials and stuff that it left the factory with are still there and still function properly. We do have an extensive maintenance program. My crew chief, Jeff Gibbs, takes very good care of this airplane and maintains it to a standard that's way above and beyond what probably a lot of the other twin Beeches out there are maintained to. But anyway, you just kind of got to be careful with it when you're flying it and, look it over real good before and afterward.
Now, one of the other things that you do is you've got this thing covered in a whole bunch of these wheeling lights, and you guys do a night air show that's second to none.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. We do have a lot of lights on the airplane. When we're doing a night show, we have exactly 50 externally visible lights loaded up on this thing. We've got beacons and strobes and smoke lights from Wheeling, and we've got the airframe illumination lights or Lopresti boom beams. Both those sponsors have been very generous and supportive of our mission to put this night show on. And what's unique about our airplane is the the top of it is lit up, kind of glows in the dark, and the bottom of it twinkles. So there's a lot of contrast there. And of course, the smoke lights catch the smoke, 500 feet back. And we don't use pyrotechnics. We depend on a very powerful soundtrack and choreographing the maneuvers with the music and appearing and disappearing at the right times to make it work, and keeping it short and sweet. So, and it seems to be working out pretty well.
Where can people find out more information about Younkin Air Shows?
Well, we have a website, youngkinair.com, and we also have a Facebook page. Just you can get on Facebook, type in Younkin Air Shows, and it'll pull up everything you ever wanted to know about us.
Thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us, and thanks also for entertaining audiences around the world with your amazing Beech 18.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's a privilege to be able to fly that airplane. We're very blessed to have it in the family.
So huge thanks to Matt Younkin for taking some time out of his exceedingly busy schedule to talk to us here on Other People's Airplanes. Again, you can find out more information on their website and on their Facebook page. They would love it if you give them a like on their Facebook group. That's it for this episode. We would also like it if you gave us a like on our Facebook page and maybe give us a subscribe in YouTube or maybe iTunes, or maybe, just connected with us on our website, subscribe to our newsletter. We're just going to throw all that out there. We want you to have all the information in case you want to stalk us. Right. All right. See you later.